Another wow video here, part 284C3mg, and it's line 22f1fa19c3mg laser wave particle duality field fringes grating elevator UFO 5G Wow Seti. So there's the alien radio signal. This is going to be laser beam ideas for the space elevator and UFO spaceship. That's what this video is about. So August 4th, 2012, so we're doing the research. Today's November 22nd, 2012. Double-slit experiment, Young's experiment. This keyword came up. There's 9 videos here in this line that starts with M to MK. And they're all about the core of the ship. And this is the keywords to find out what those words meant. So quotes and diagrams from Wiki, and this is from the last video. The double-slit experiment, sometimes called Young's experiment, is a demonstration that matter and energy can display characteristics of both waves and particles, and demonstrates the fundamentally probabilistic nature of quantum mechanical phenomena. In the basic version of the experiment, a coherent light source, such as a laser beam, illuminates a thin plate pierced by 2 parallel slits, and the light passing through the slits is observed on a screen behind the plate. The wave nature of light causes the light waves passing through the 2 slits to interfere, producing bright and dark bands on the screen, a result that would not be expected if light consisted strictly of particles. However, on the screen, the light is always found to be absorbed as though it were composed of discrete particles or photons. This establishes the principle known as wave-particle duality. Additionally, the detection of individual photons is observed to be inherently probabilistic, which is inexplicable using classical mechanics. So take a look at this graph very carefully. 2 slits are illuminated by a plane wave. So November 13, 2012, the O is the plane wave of the core, okay, of the UFO spaceship. P and X signals mix with one another, whereas the beam signal in the middle is on its own. This signal would be used as an antimatter weapon, or create an antimatter platform for the core of the ship to levitate in the middle where O is located in the above diagram. Okay. See previous videos with sketches of what we're to use to achieve this effect. There's all sorts of sketches of how we're going to design this thing. So here's the geometry for far field fringes. Okay. Quotes from Wiki. In the double-slit experiment, the 2 slits are illuminated by a single laser beam. If the width of the slits is small enough, less than the wavelength of the laser light, the slits diffract the light into cylindrical waves. These 2 cylindrical wavefronts are superimposed, and the amplitude and therefore the intensity at any point in the combined wavefronts depend on both the magnitude and the phase of the 2 wavefronts. The difference in phase between the 2 waves is determined by the difference in the distance traveled by the 2 waves. So 2 slits diffraction pattern by a plane wave. November 13th, 2012, my thoughts. The intensity of the plane wave diffracted Gaussian profile reminds me of the Higgs Boson Particle Signal diagram that Atlas has for CERN's Higgs field experiment in June 2012. Keyword Gaussian has come up in many WOW videos. Diffraction by an aperture with a Gaussian profile. Quote from Wiki. Intensity of a plane wave diffracted through an aperture, WTH, a Gaussian profile. The diffraction pattern obtained given by an aperture with a Gaussian profile, for example, a photographic slide whose transmission has a Gaussian variation, is also a Gaussian function. The form of the function is plotted on the right, and it can be seen that, unlike the diffraction patterns produced by rectangular or circular apertures, it has no secondary rings. This technique can be used in a process called apophysis. The aperture is covered by a filter whose transmission varies as a Gaussian function, giving a diffraction pattern with no secondary rings. The output profile of single-mode laser beam may have a Gaussian intensity profile, and the diffraction equation can be used to show that it maintains that profile however far away it propagates from the source. So this diffraction of a laser beam by a grating. Quote from Wiki. A grating is defined in Born and Wolf as any arrangement which imposes on an incident wave and a periodic variation of amplitude or phase or both. A grating whose elements are separated by S Diffracts a normally incident beam of light into a set of beams at angles given. That's just the equation. This is known as the grating equation. The finer the grating spacing, the greater the angular separation of the diffraction beams. November 13th, this is how you take the laser beams and hit 3 points on the magnetized antimatter weapon for the UFO spaceship and elevator concepts found in the WOW alien radio signal videos lines 17 to 22. Look at lines 22f1fa19c3mg to MK videos for more formulas about spheres, the core of the UFO spaceship designs, and the super alloys listed to use. Okay, thank you for watching.